G'day everyone, just jumping on video as I make my way down to the Impact Investment Summit Asia Pacific. This will be my 5th year in a row, I think, attending this event, and I wouldn't miss it because it's a coming together of so many of the key players and interested new people involved in impact investment in Australia particularly, but also, as the name would suggest, in the Asia Pacific. But I will say I often leave it feeling slightly frustrated, or perhaps I should say equal parts inspired and frustrated, because the conference does a great job in many ways of actually reflecting the state of play in the Australian and regional impact investment marketplace. And as you all probably know, I have real frustrations with the state of play in the impact investment marketplace at the moment. And the Impact Investment Summit is a place where you really see the good and the bad, the inspiring and the frustrating when it comes to the sector. The good is that it's filled with, as conferences tend to be, some great bright spots, people doing some really cool stuff that we can all learn from, and doing it for the right reasons, really trying to make a difference. And the other good is always, it's great catching up with partners and potential partners and people that we can collaborate with, as well as seeing my co-founder Cam from Lend for Good, who always comes up from Melbourne for it. So that's all awesome, catching up with community. The frustration is this sense of repetition around conversation that you tend to get when you come year by year. Now, on the one hand, that's part of just what a growing sector looks and feels like. It means new people are constantly arriving and they want to have the 1.0 conversations. You know, how do we measure impact? What do we mean by social enterprise? So that's fine, I accept that. But I think even the rest of us are still, 10 years into the impact investment movement and summit and so on, still stuck at a fairly shallow conversation sometimes. We're dazzled by those bright lights, those bright spots, those great examples. But systemically, things haven't moved very much. While there's somewhat more money every year, a new fund that's announced or launched, some of the same structural challenges hold us back. And we run into those year after year after year without, I feel like, a real acknowledgement that they're even there sometimes. People just getting excited about the bright spots, but not asking why are we still getting excited about these bright spots? If it was more common and more normal, these individual bright spots wouldn't be as exciting and they wouldn't shine as bright if the actual house lights had come on and we've made impact investing the norm. So I have no doubt that we'll be discussing this again, and hopefully in those discussions people will build the willingness to do what's needed to actually fill some of these systemic gaps that are preventing the impact investment marketplace from really growing and the social enterprise movement from achieving its impact potential. And the one that we're particularly focused on at Lend for Good is this missing middle, or this angel investor gap. And so the final thing that is always